Hi there, Taurus. Thank you so much for tuning in here. This is your April 2017 reading. It will cover approximately the first 2 weeks of the month, but of course, energy is fluid, so it can permeate here and there a little bit. All right. Nonetheless, I was meditating on your sign before I turned on the camera, and out popped the Father of Pentacles and the Mother of Wands, both in reverse. Mother and a father. And I will say this, okay, as I was meditating, I had this vision of you, Taurus, of like walking through a field of flowers. And, right, you're like smelling the flowers, right, but in a discretionary way, like with your hands, behind your back and smelling this one and then smelling that one and thinking, right, which one do I want to pick? So, Taurus, it may, right, I'm hearing on one end, take the time to smell the roses, take the time to smell the flowers, right? That may help you if you're trying to make a choice about something, right? Yes, okay. Take the time you need. Take the time that you need. And yes, I'm feeling this. Okay, it's like Virgo. Whoa, I said Virgo. If you know Virgo, if you have a Virgo rising as an or moon sign, you may want to check that video out. Nonetheless, Taurus, you, I'm feeling for you. Yes, it's like I wanted to pull, but then it was like I was feeling this question of is it the right time to pull? Is it the right time? And I was looking, it looked kind of right, but then I felt the need to shuffle some more. So I'm feeling that if you're in a situation where you need to make a decision about something and you're thinking, is this the right thing to do? Is this the right way to go? What flower do I want to pick? Think about it. Take the time to explore your options. If you don't feel it's 100% right, I'm feeling don't do it. Okay? So let's get into it here. Wow. Okay. 5 of Cups upright, overlaid by the Tower upright, overlaid by the Hierophant upright. 2 5s. The number 5 in the Major Arcana Hierophant, and the 5 of Cups, sandwiching the Tower. So, very interesting. And look at this. The Tower and the Hierophant both have a strike of lightning on their cards in the background in this deck, the Wild Unknown. Okay. And the Hierophant looks like, right? He or she or they know something about the situation, about some sort of situation that I want to get into it. Before I get into it. Okay, I want to do your spread first. I'm feeling that this is. Let's wait on this. Okay. And you pulled as well the Sun in reverse and the 7 of Wands in reverse. Okay, and these two cards were somewhat horizontal, laying over the trio of the Hierophant, Tower, and 5 of Cups. So let's let's go with the flow, right? For Sagittarius and a few other signs, right? It's like the cards have been telling their own story in their own way, and right, if the Celtic cross is just not meant to be, although I'm feeling it is, oh my goodness, Taurus. Okay, Taurus. Do you have something going on with Virgo? Because I want to pull another card. Okay. Taurus. So, Virgo pulled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 cards that are the same as yours. 3 of which are more or less in the same exact position, in the same orientation. Taurus, if you have a Virgo rising sun or moon sign, if you know a Virgo, I'm feeling that there may be a crossover in terms of you knowing a Virgo specifically, okay, that the situation may pertain to. You also pulled death, which Virgo pulled in their theme, but in reverse for Virgo, okay? So the cards that you pulled that were exactly the same as Virgo, it's the Nine of Wands upright, in the deep past, and Judgment in the energetic pathway. And the Daughter of Cups, was pulled for Virgo in the environment position, sort of at the base of the environment. I had pulled a few cards for their environment position, and the Daughter of Cups was one of them. So for you, I chose it, right? I originally was feeling that it needed to be sort of along with the environment, seen in tandem with the energetic pathway as sort of one conglomerate, and so I pulled it for the energetic pathway. So, I almost said Virgo again. Something's going on between you two. I'm feeling, okay? So whatever that may mean for some of you, you may want to heed that, all right? Nonetheless, let's get right into it. Your theme, oh my goodness, your theme is the Four of Cups in reverse, overlaying the Fool upright. The Fool showed up as well in Virgo's reading. Okay, so let's get right to it here. Taurus. Okay, well, let's start with this, right? At the pinnacle, the apex for you, are these two characters. Strong characters, right? In their own right. Very different personas. The father of earth, the mother of fire. So, this can absolutely be you, Taurus, Father of Pentacles, right? Mother of Wands. And they are, right again, they are both in reverse. Interesting. Okay. Very, very interesting. And this can be speaking to your own propensity, right? Bringing these two halves of yourself together, that which is more creative, that which is more spontaneous, right? And that which is more conservative, right? Thinking about the long-term scalability of a project, of a creative project. So it's the melding of these two sort of propensities, right, that come together in such a way that is conducive and collaborative. Maybe you are trying to understand what that process looks like, tastes like, and feels like in the real waking world. Okay, and I was talking about this concept with Virgo as well. The Nine of Wands showing up for them in their deep past. Speaking to, right, this hankering feeling in us that we know, right? We know that something is to come of our efforts, right? Something that is otherworldly, that is not conventional, right? And it requires of us to exert that fire, right? That we all have. We all have that fire, that creative potential in us. So it's about bringing that side of us out, right? But perhaps you felt like, I don't exactly know what I'm being guided towards. All I know is that I'm being guided towards it. I'm being pushed, propelled to take this direction with whatever this project is. And it requires of you. It requires of you, absolutely. Very interesting, because look, Nine of Wands, the number on this card is a 1 and an X, 9, right? The star was the card that was in this position for Virgo. Oh my goodness. The Strength card is 11. So it's X1. It's exactly inverted. So these two cards, it's like, it's an inversion of the process. It's an extroversion and an introversion, right? It's like, this is what I want to accomplish, and this is what I have to be to accomplish that, right? That's how I'm going to carry this mission out and forward. So it's like you had to take on this role, okay, of interesting. Look, this lion has a rose in its mouth that is picked, right, off of the rose bush. That's the same kind of feeling, right, as being in that flower field. right? And smelling the roses. Which one do I want to pick, right? It's kind of like that, right? It's almost like a dream-like state. It's like before. It's like the vision, right? It's the vision. It's almost like a portrait, right, of this energy that is to be embodied and lived through. So what I'm feeling for you is that it's like a glorification, right, of even what this world would mean for you. It's like, what is this world going to look like once I get to the top of this staircase, right? This moon, this shining moon, it's like an altar. What is this going to look like, right? Who's going to be there? And if this is me, right, what am I going to look like? What is this world going to be like? How am I going to look and feel and act in that world, perhaps, right? What flower am I going to be holding in my mouth? So, the lion, though, is being driven by, guided by the navigation of its intuition. Okay, that's its marker for movement forward. And I'm feeling that that's a very important gauge for you. Okay, knowing that whatever this process is, it is to be guided in an intuitive manner forward. Okay, so the more that you meditate on this, whatever this is, or whatever this creative direction is for you, right? The more that you meditate and you align with your soul calling, right? Think about, if this is a new project, why have I decided to move in this direction, right? If it's taking on a completely new sort of spin, why have I even decided the nucleus of this decision? What is it? And the more that you align with that, right, the creative process by which you can achieve that goal, that reason for starting even this new path forward, will become clear and very much apparent to you. Okay, lovely. So it's realizing, right, that we need to work from the inside out. Again, that inversion of these two cards. It's an understanding of the process. Again, that's what I'm feeling, rather than like front and center, picked my flower, right? I'm like, yeah, it's like a dream, it's a vision. So you stepped into the 9 of Cups, 2 9s popping out for you, significant, right? The almost reaching the pinnacle, the stage of completion, the aha moment, the realization, it happened, here it is, like, right? Is not quite there yet. Has not quite come to its sort of completion for you yet. But you are ready. You have invested a lot emotionally in whatever this is, okay? And you're like, I can't wait. Like, I'm ready, okay? I'm ready. Take the moon down, right? We don't need the moon anymore. Like, I have dreamt about this. I have dreamed about this for so long. I have ruminated on it, right? I mean, I sleep thinking about this thing, and then I wake up thinking about this thing. It's like, it's time, right, to birth the baby. But take your time. I'm feeling that. Taurus, strongly. Take your time. If this is a big change and a big decision, right? And you're in that flower field, okay? And you're like, part of you is like, just pick a flower. It's like, right? You want to pick the right flower, right? Again, think about why you're moving in this direction. What is this decision you're making? What does this new path even embody for you altogether, right? Align with that intuitive navigation, and it will, right, guide you in the direction that you need to move in. But you're feeling like a lethargy. Okay, that's what I'm feeling for you. It's like an emotional overload, like, right? Like, so much dreaming, I'm ready to make it reality. And I know Taurus has been working on some sort of project, right? Something brimming beneath the surface, on the stove, right? Like about to overflow. And you're like, I just gotta make that recipe just right? Like before I serve the dish, right? Like part of you is like, I can't wait. I want to know what everyone thinks about it, right? But then another part of you is like, but I want to make it perfect, right? A little pinch of salt. What about a little pinch of salt? Right? I think it's ready. Wait, it may need some oregano, right? It's like that sort of process of fine-tuning that maybe even driving you crazy, right? Even though you're the one who's like, I want to take this approach to whatever this is, right? Because I want to do it right. I feel very, very much aligned with whatever this is in a way that is not just frivolous, okay? So the decisions you're making are very conscientious, and I'm feeling that it's like, But look at this, Taurus. The Nine of Cups, right? Moon. The Nine of Wands, Moon. Leading down to, the Nine of Cups is inverted, right? Leading down in reverse. Leading down to the Moon card. Like the Moon, the actual major arcana. So, it's like all roads lead to Rome, okay? Right? It's like you gotta still, you must surrender to the fate, okay, of this project. As it regards timing, very, very, very important, right? We cannot like force the birth of a butterfly. Okay, the eight of swords popped out for you as well, speaking to the desire to break out of the chrysalis. But here's the thing, right? It's like, look, I'm ready, right? Dumping my cups, all right? Letting it all out. And admitting, right? Surrendering to this process. It's like, I don't want to, but I got to. Like, it's like that. And you know what? It could be a Venus retrograde thing. It could be a Mercury retrograde thing that is coming up for us in April and May, right? We're right now in Venus retrograde, and we're going to be entering Mercury retrograde in April. Yes. Okay. And it's ending, I believe, May 3rd. Don't quote me on that, though. Double check on that. I'm not 100% sure yet, okay? I've got to check it out after this video. So, Taurus, right? It's like, right, you may be feeling like, I just need to pass the time in such a way, right? But I need to make good use of this time. To the same token, it's like, and I made this example, I brought up the same example for, I believe it was Sagittarius, okay? And it was this concept of like, when you study for a test, right? And you study, and then you're like, I'm ready to get this thing over with, okay? I cannot take the studying and the apprehension any longer, right? Like, spare me the suspense. And you get an email from the teacher the night before the test, like, we're not having the test tomorrow. Okay, I'm postponing it. It'll be a week later. And half of you is like, and then the other half of you is like, yay, right? Like, don't gotta take the test. But here's the thing, right? Like, even if, let's say, part of you is like, I don't want to wait. Like, I want to present. I'm ready for the day. I'm ready for the day. But is my environment ready for the day? I'm ready for the test. Is my teacher ready for the test? Right? It's like, there's something about your environment, the circumstances of your environment that you're waiting on, that you must wait on, that you're at the mercy of in some shape or form. Okay. But here's the thing that I wanted to say with that, right? That analogy is that at the end of the day, right? You go home and you're like, oh man, another week of, preparing and studying. And then when you take the test a week later, you're like, I'm so happy that the teacher had given us that extra week because I would not have known the answer to that one question, right? So that extra time that you're given, even if it's like dragging things out for you and it's kind of annoying and frustrating, it may be ultimately to your benefit. It may be a blessing in disguise. So whatever this time period is, and we are in Venus retrograde, we are in Mercury retrograde, right? Not really the time to push anything out in an official way, right, as they say it. So, right, don't sign on the dotted line sort of thing, right? Wait before you solidify any new sort of project or venture that you push forward into the public in some way, or that you officialize. So, heed this time, right? We're all making use of it. We're all at the mercy of Mercury and Venus and all the other planets and the universe altogether, right? We are the universe. So, think of it like that, right? If this is a period that's like, I cannot wait any longer, think about maybe, right, there's a reason why it's happening like this. And how can I make good use of this time? Okay? So, and I'm going to say this, okay? The moon, right, the moon card speaks to the dark, right? And it's kind of like this, right? It's like, I want to walk through the field during the day. So I can see all the beautiful flowers, right, that I want to pick, and I can make the decision, I can actually pick it, and I can do it. But you know what I'm feeling, Taurus, is that why not venture out through the same forest during the night? Because there may be some flowers that are glow in the dark, okay, that you don't see during the day. that only come out at night. Okay, that you're going to be able to either gain some sort of inspiration from, some sort of understanding. It's going to give you a tip of some kind about once the actual flower picking comes about. It's like you're going to be able to have some sort of reference. That's what I'm feeling. Okay, so explore. Now, in your advice position is the Ace of Pentacles upright. Very interesting. Okay, we're seeing again the fusion here between earth and fire as we're seeing it up in your apex. So the reason I say that, this is an earth card, but it has this sort of blazing core when you look at it, right? The center is this sort of fiery pit. So what I'm getting, right, is crystallize, prepare the foundation, okay, of whatever it is that you are going to bring about once the time is right, okay, and think about it conceptually, right? Think about it conceptually. How do I fuse and meld these two parts of my being together? How do we cooperate in a way so that once we start actually building this tree, right, it's going to be built on stable ground. And such that, right? Such that it leaves room for both propensities, right? Where it's like, it's stable, but it's not so stable that it leaves no room for creativity, right? At the core, at the nucleus of it, it's like creative. It's a creative sort of seed that we're seeing here, right? And so the more you think about what's my reason for doing this again, what is the whole reason for why I'm making this new beginning happen, align with that. And I believe that this is also speaking to Taurus, the need again, right, to experiment, even if it's night. You can set out and start feeling out the ground. Right? Feeling out the ground. It's like this. It's like early bird. I'm feeling and I'm hearing early bird gets the worm. Okay? So the more that you prepare, right, and you acquaint yourself with this campground almost, even if it's in the dark, right? It's like, you may want to just get your flashlight out, right, and peer around, see what you find, like, so that once the day comes, you can pitch your tent during the day when you can see everything clearly, but at least you know, oh yeah, I remember this patch over here, right, and you can get to it more quickly once the day does come up. So, preparation. Do what you can in the dark, okay? Do what you can in the dark for now, so that once the day comes, right, you have a better sort of better grounds to move on, okay, and a greater understanding even of where you are, okay. So 8 of Swords upright in your near future, Taurus, speaks to the preparation for the birth of whatever this is, okay, but it's still the preparation, and it's about thinking strongly about the strategy, okay, and 1 second, let me tune in. I want to get back to this card. Okay, yes, let me get back to it. I want to move up into the environment position. 3 of Swords in reverse, pointing straight up to the Mother of Wands and the Father of Pentacles. Interesting, right? 2, very much a pair. Complementary and yet different. And the 3 of Swords, 3, 2, 3. At the base, right? Supporting it. So, Taurus. There's an aspect, there's an element to your environment that requires you to harmonize, either if these are 2 people, if this is you and another person, or again, if it's just 2 propensities, 2 ways of thinking, right, that you embody, or 2 approaches, 2 methods. It's like your environment requires of you to cooperate, okay, with these 2 halves or with this person coming together, right? It's like something about your environment is binding you in such a way where it's like, we're really different, but we're going to create together ultimately, right? If we want to create something, we're going to have to work together. So, yes, okay. So now, in your, whoa, my goodness. Did you see that? Judgment, upright. The judgment bird was like, I'm not gonna just fly straight up, that's boring. I'm gonna like twirly-do around, okay, like a flying saucer before I make my ascent, all right? That was like quite a show. So you, Taurus, you may be wanting to flutter, right, your wings a bit, like as whatever this whatever this new beginning is for you, I'm getting this feeling where you're like, I'm ready. Like I'm energetically preparing myself for whatever this is, whatever this shift is, right? It's like you're beautifying for it on all sorts of levels. Okay, that's kind of the feeling I'm getting, and it's moving, right, with this energy here of the Strength card, right? That vision of how do I see myself in this, right? How can I picture myself in this new world? What is it going to be like? And so it's like you are ready. You are absolutely ready for this change, right? To shake your feathers off and just, right? And you're not just going to fly up. You're going to like dance in the sky is what I'm feeling. And that, right? It's like, imagine a bird that's been caged for so long and then finally it's let free. And it's so happy, right? To be in its more natural free-flowing state that it doesn't just, right, fly out and then land on a branch. It like soars, okay? And it rides off into the sunset and it does dips, right? And it twirls around and it's just silly, right? It's silly and it's beautiful. Okay, it's really beautiful. So whatever this energy is that you're moving into, as you move into your final outcome here with the Two of Pentacles, wow, right? You're gonna be moving with finesse, okay? You're gonna be moving forward with finesse, with whatever this is. It's like excited. You're feeling harmonized and balanced within yourself, right? The way I see this is like it's a dance, okay? And dancing, what does it require? It requires you to be very much in tune with your body, right? With your bodily movements, with even the rhythm, right? Being on the rhythm, right? Dancing on the rhythm. It's like there are many different factors, right, that are taken into consideration that just kind of though moves through you intuitively yet again, right? Look at this. Figure 8 on the third eye chakra area of this lion. So it's like you're gonna be whatever this harmonization is, and I'm feeling for a lot of you, it's the two halves of your being. Whatever this is that you need to bring together into cooperation and harmony is going to happen successfully in such a way where it's like you're going to be able to dance, and what a dance you're going to dance. Okay, you saw the way that, oh my God, it's like a gyration of some sort, like serious dance moves on the dance floor. Okay, Taurus, beautiful. Okay, now, and paired with the Daughter of Cups, right? It's like this. It's like this. The Mother of Wands and the Father of Pentacles are like parents, right? It's like mother and father, really kind of strong expressions of either element, right? Coming together. And then out plops, right? Like, bloop, Daughter of Wands, like their little brainchild, like their baby, right? The baby of whatever this this marriage is of the two halves of your being is going to create something that is so young and youthful and just free-spirited, okay? It's going to unleash and birth a side of you that is so fresh and so new. That is a line that was coming to me while I was reading for Virgo. So Taurus, again, if you know, right, Virgo, or if you have a Virgo rising and a moon sign, check it out, all right? You may want to if you feel there's a crossover. Nonetheless, I will move back down, right, to these three cards here. The Eight of Swords, the Six of Cups, and the Two of Pentacles. All multiples of 2. Okay. Very interesting. 8 of Swords in your final outcome. No, sorry, 8 of Swords in your near future, the 6 of Cups in your hopes and or fears, and the 2 of Pentacles in your final outcome. So here it is, right, Virgo? No, not like Virgo, like Taurus, but maybe like Virgo. Maybe there is some like yet again, right? 6 of Cups. Beneath the Daughter of Cups, right? It's like pinning, it's underpinning the Daughter of Cups. if this is a union, right? If this is a union between you and another individual, okay, it's going to require you to strike balance, right, between the give and the take, the push and the pull, right? How much are you putting in? How much am I putting in? How are we going to put it in together, right? That is fair, and not only fair, but also sustaining for the long term. It's like if we harmonize and we balance together in such a way where we feel, right, like we are using our resources and our energy in a tempered fashion, we can then move harder, right, longer, farther, in time. Okay, so the more that we temper our resources, I'm hearing and I'm feeling temperament of resources, the more fruitful, okay, the more fruitful this project is going to be. So it's like, and the more that you put your brains together about it, right, the more that you work in harmony and cooperation and in tandem together, the more that you can create. That's what I'm feeling, and we're seeing this unification, this theme of unification as well here, right, with these three cards, with these two parents and this underpinning of a Three of Swords. So in some shape or form, right, there is a birthing. But whatever that is, right, it's going to come by way of the synthesis of two distinctly different and yet also somewhat similar and competent energies, okay? If this is just simply your own energy, right, there's a need to take a look at and temper our emotional approach and that which regards our sense of stability, more conventional thinking, regard for long-term scalability of whatever this is. Okay, and you are Earth, right? Taurus, Earth. So it could be thinking about, right, how do I balance my approach, right, so that I'm not all 9 cups. I'm 3 on one hand and 3 on the other, and I'm gradually, right, in a tempered fashion, releasing this water to feed this tree, right? So it's that interplay, okay, between stepping on the gas, stepping on the brake, right? Push, pull a little bit. So it's perfecting that art, fine-tuning that approach, right? That is subtle and sturdy. I'm feeling that strongly. Subtle and sturdy, like soft and hard, something like that, okay? Take it as you will. Taurus. 8 of Swords, upright. What is this about, Taurus? It's right in between the Ace of Pentacles and the 6 of Cups. So, the fiery core of this Ace of Pentacles is alluding to, I'm feeling, on this 8 of Swords card, the butterfly to be. Okay, and the butterfly to be is right beneath the Judgment card. The bird, right? Flying up ahead. So, it's almost like this, okay? It's like, yes, right now you're in a state of marination, okay? Like, whatever this recipe is that's in the works, okay? Whatever this pot of gold is that's cooking up on the stove, it's still cooking, okay? And you are somewhat at the mercy of time, okay? To some degree, as regards its release, right? Like, we can't force the birth yet again of this butterfly. But once this butterfly is set free from its cocoon, it's like not going to be a butterfly. It's going to be a bird. It's going to be double. It's like a baby giant. That's kind of what I'm feeling. Okay, it's like a baby giant, and it's like almost like, again, it's like I'm getting like a brainchild feeling. Right? It's like some kind of Einstein thing going on. And I got this feeling with Aquarius, I believe. All right? So, nonetheless, or it was Sagittarius. Okay, it was Sagittarius. Nonetheless, right? It's almost like you're not going to even, it's like this part of you is just gonna come out, and you're going to go, where did this come from? But you're going to roll with it. You're going to roll with it, and you're going to embody it, I'm feeling. It's going to just completely transform your, even your self-perception, okay? That is, again, we're kind of seeing it here, right? The alluding to it. So, Taurus, it's not going to be as you expect. It's not going to be as you expect. I will say that. I will say that. This transformation is going to be double that. That's what I'm feeling. Okay, but it's going to start. It's going to start with the internal, right? The internal shift that you make, right, to surrendering to this process, whatever this is. Okay. So, even if in the physical, tangible world we can't yet, right, fly free. In that other sort of realm, we can prepare ourselves energetically, vibrationally for it. That's what I'm feeling is coming through. Okay, strongly here. Now, in your final outcome, the Two of Pentacles upright. Coming after the Ace, you have the Ace and the Two of Pentacles in your base. So your advice is the Ace, right? To kind of start to prepare, right? Scope out the land that you want to pitch that tent on. The Two of Pentacles, final outcome, speaks to, I'm sensing here, this is a financial, aspect. This is a financial aspect to whatever this is. Yes, it's like beyond, right? One part of it is like, how am I going to set the foundation, right? Where am I going to pitch the tent? And then the other half of it is like, I need to make sure that both flaps, right, are fastened appropriately, so there's balance on this tent. And then I also need to make sure, right, that I stick those poles, right, into the into every angle, so that it's like 2 and 2, so that it doesn't fly away and it's stable, right? So it's like a step and a step and a step. So you're thinking one step after the other, but it's like first, right, make sure that you even know where you want to pitch this tent. Take the time to do that, so that you can make this progress forward, thinking about the finer details of whatever this project is. Okay, so financial parameters, or some sort of step up of this preparative process for you, okay? And here we have it, right? All these other cards that had popped out here. The Lovers, and I will say this first. The theme for you is the Four of Cups in reverse. Okay, you're ready. You're so ready to, it's like, surprise! Like, you want to communicate. You want to act on whatever emotions have been broiling, right? Beneath the surface, right? You can't wait for this preparative stage to just open the curtain, right? On that set. So the audience can see, right, what lies behind the stage. And so, right, but beneath the Fool is the Four of Pentacles. Like, the groundwork needs to be set into place, okay? Absolutely. Okay, so take your time with that. I'm feeling take your time with that. Now, the Lovers, Death card, and the Six of Pentacles. So, Six of Cups, Six of Pentacles, 6 and a 6. So here, right, I'm feeling that for some of you, this speaks to a union of some kind, okay? And if it does, I will say this, okay? Whatever this union is, right, there could have been a propensity to take an approach that is almost like not productive, not as productive as look, okay, the Lovers card speaks to enjoying the moment, right? Just enjoying the moment, passing the time, right? Being present to the beauty of the beholding sky, right? And just flying freely. But it's like, I don't know, you're like, whatever this dream is, right? Of like, or this desire, right? This latent desire to enjoy that peace of mind needs to somehow like be transmuted, okay? Because I don't want to just fly like aimlessly, right? I want to fly in a direction that really speaks to whatever this unifying overarching goal is, right? It's like, I don't want to just pass my time. I want to wait before I fly, right? So that once I fly, I'm really flying, right? And I'm flying in it's like you don't want to just give it up. I'm hearing that, okay, Taurus. I'm feeling you don't want to just give it up. Okay, you don't want to just give it up to anyone or anything. You want it to be special, right? Whatever this is. It's like, when I fly, I want to make sure I'm flying, like, like it's... And this is the other thing. This is a very independent card, okay, Judgment. But again, it could speak to the unification of two coming together as one. But nonetheless, right, there's a certain unity to it, there's a certain independence to it, and if it's not an independence, right, of just one person, it's the independence that's broad, right, by way, it's the synthesis of independence and yet difference coming together in cooperation as one. So whatever this is, right, it's a very self-empowering energy for both parties involved and yourself if this is just you. So whatever this is, right, where here we see kind of like a chaotic sort of flying about and a little bit haphazard as I'm reading it here for you. Here we see, right, direction, very directional sort of motion and movement forward, progress, okay? It's like, I want to make a big bang. I don't want to just make a blurb, right? So I'm feeling that, right? Whatever this is, it's like you guys could both be flying separately, okay? And just kind of like enjoying the moment, but or you could both come together and really, right, centrifuge your forces as one and make whatever this impact is even more impactful. So Taurus, right, and if it's not speaking to two people, your own propensity, you're realizing, right, it's like, why just fly just to fly when you could, right, ascend? That's really what I'm feeling. Okay, and so your time is very precious to you. I'm feeling that as well. So, and who you give it to, right? That's another thing. You're being very, like, mindful of where you're spending your time and your energy and what is actually helping you move down this path more constructively, more effectively. And you're like, it's about my self-empowerment, right? That's what it's about. Because this journey, yeah, this moment would be somewhat enjoyable, but I'm living for the future, right? That's what I'm living for. I'm living for the dream that I'm dreaming, to bring it about into this reality. So beautiful, all right? Whatever this is, I'm feeling is very empowering, self-empowering for all involved. And, right, it's like you have your eye on whatever this is that you are cultivating. Right? It's very fruitful, it's very abundant, and you're taking a responsible approach, right? You're not taking like a, let's just go have fun, right? Like, woo, like, that's not your vibe right now at all, Taurus, okay? So, there's a responsibility with which you're regarding the whole process, and you're like, I'm sorry, I can't go out tonight. I need to prepare for this that's coming. Okay. Okay, Taurus, lovely. And here you have popping out, right? The Sun in reverse, the Seven of Wands in reverse. And this, right, was horizontally laid, overlaying these three cards of the Hierophant, the Tower, and the Five of Cups. So, what I'm getting here is, you are waiting for the sun to come out, right? That day where you can actually actively put these plans into motion. To which point you're going to light that match, right? Reignite. It's like, get it going, right? I'm hearing like dynamite, like you, it's like a firework, right? It's like you set it off and then it just starts, and it's domino effect, right? Everything is going to be set into motion, right? It's kind of like, it's like on set when you're preparing for a play or something, or some sort of show, and, right, it's all dark. Everyone in the audience is quiet and waiting, pensive, and then all of a sudden, the lights go off, and something flies off in the corner on the stage, and then something else happens, and then the curtain opens, and then it's this whole fiasco. It's this whole theatrical sort of show. And so I feel like that's what it's going to be for you. You're waiting for the stage lights to go on so that you can actually begin that process, okay? But you're waiting. And you know fully, right? You're like, I kind of know how it's going to go, and I know how, I've sort of planned it, and it's horizontal, right? It's not in reverse. It's like, I'm just waiting for the time to be right, that I unlock, and I press that button, go, right? Activate. So here we go. And I'm feeling standby. You're on standby, okay, for this, whatever this is. These three cards, the Five of Cups, the Tower, and the Hierophant, I'm feeling that. And I'm zeroing in on my kyanite crystal, okay? Kyanite speaking to communication, but tuning into your intuition by way of that, right? Like making sure that you are communicating clearly. But what I'm feeling here as well is this. This could be mirroring this situation here. Could be mirroring this situation here. With the Lovers in reverse, Death, and the Six of Pentacles. Look at these 6 cards together. Okay? It's like, whatever this decision is, you may need to communicate about it in some way. Okay? Perhaps to someone, or you simply need to come to a greater clarity within yourself about what this is. It's like, sort of like, I know, right, that remaining in this sort of situation, the down and out, okay, stagnant water energy, is not conducive for me, right? It's like this old world, this old way. It's like there needs to be a reformation of how I regard and how I give my emotions, right, away even. It's that give and that take, yet again, 6 of Cups. So it's like, how am I giving and how am I receiving, right? And it's like, if I'm giving too much, right, or if I'm giving in such a way that's just not conducive for myself or anyone else, right, again, Death looking over at the Lovers, right? Maybe it's like, this is just not going to be conducive for whatever this grander plan is that I have in mind. Right? Heed that advice coming in from your inner wisdom, right? That seat of intuition, the Hierophant, very, very, very intuitive card, right? Very intuitive energy, very wise. But I will also say this, as it regards the taking down of this tower, whatever situation this is that speaks to the need to obliterate, right, an old sort of thinking, ideology, right, whatever it is, something that you realize you just need to transmute and change, may require of you, okay, I'm zeroing in on my rose quartz crystal, to do it with, I'm hearing tact, to do it with, in a gentle way, right, where there's a cooperation, a very cooperative energy, right, so that it's, because look, like, whoever this is, if this is someone else, I'm feeling for some of you this could be someone else. It could be even one of these lover birds, I will say that. The Five of Cups is sort of like, doesn't understand, is emotionally wrapped up in the situation, it doesn't even see this coming, right? It's like, this is jarring energy. But it's sort of like the stark reality that needs to be made clear for this individual, or again, for yourself. Like, you come into that term, right, with yourself in that very honest space of, is this conducive? Is this healthy, right? Is this positive? And so if it's not, right, it's about, right, coming forward and communicating this truth to this individual, or again, yourself, in a way that is clear. Right, that is clear. That is also gentle, though, at the same time, right? Coming from that place of compassion for ourselves, our journey, and that of others, so we can, right, coexist together in that reflective space of shared love. So the Hierophant, though, can also speak to some sort of counsel, right? It's like, if you need to have someone come in and sort of assist with this, right? Or it's like you're heeding advice on maybe how to take this tower down, right? I need a specialist on tower destruction or something like that. How do I make this shift actually happen? Right? Because the Tower and the Death cards somewhat mirror each other, as we're seeing it in the deck, and they're very similar cards. They both speak to the destruction, the removal of what just does not serve us any longer. So you may be heeding advice of some sort as it regards this big change and transformation, and you feel that whoever this is has some sort of insight, okay, or is a specialist in how to handle this kind of matter, okay? So Thank you so much, Taurus, for tuning in. Beautiful reading here. It seems that you're absolutely making some big waves, okay? And as you move through the month, right, this is going to pertain roughly to about the beginning portion of April, first 2 weeks or so, maybe a little before, maybe a little after. Right, heed the time of the new moon. Absolutely, it's a lovely time, right, to tap into those energies that are more reclusive, introverted, facing that sort of shadow space, right, of ourselves. What is holding us back? Right, what holds us back from making the progress we want to make forward, right? What's that self-talk? What are those habit patterns, right, that hold us back in some kind of way that just simply do not align with that vision that we have of ourselves in that dream, right, that we want to manifest. So thank you so much for tuning in, Taurus. Feel free to check out your ascendant, rising, or moon sign, as that oftentimes will provide you with further insights into your situation. For example, I know I resonate a lot with my moon, even more than my sun. So, right, oftentimes. So check it out. It doesn't hurt to check it out. And if you don't know your signs, though, Taurus, you can click the link below in the description box that I provide, and that will calculate for you your signs. Just make sure, though, that your time is correct, even down to the minute, as that can change a few things around, all right? Nonetheless, enjoy March and April, and I wish you all love and light on this very exciting journey forward, all right? Bye.